So here's the situation. I just watched Lou's latest video where, it's entitled the Chad Clifford video. All right. So we have to really talk about a lot of things here. Lou claims, and I'm sorry if this is an offensive word, but Lou uses the word. He says that he's on Team Pussy. Okay. Lou, I have been watching you now for about, I think, over a year. Okay. There has not been one video, not one video, Lou, where you were in the presence of a woman. Okay. Sorry, brother. That's it. Okay. So here's what we do know, though. Now let's talk about the facts that we know on Lou. We know that you robbed $73,000 from senior citizens. We know that you went to jail for fraud, right? This is all court documents. It's all online. It's all factual. We know that the judge gave you time served. Listen to me. Time served. And when you read the court documents, it said Lou was severely abused in jail. That's what they said. He was severely abused. So now I want everyone to just use something. It's a little thing called common sense. Okay. That's a serious crime. I don't know if you know this. Whenever you do anything regarding senior citizens, especially robbing them, that is a serious crime. And for a judge to give Lou time served and say he was severely abused, I'm sorry. Again, I can't prove it. It's alleged. My opinion is there was two men. I'm assuming they were black. It's assumption again. They could have been Dominican. It was the Dominican Republic. But I'm picturing two large black men, kind of like the guy from the movie The Green Mile. Very large men bending Lou over and banging the shit out of him. Another thing now we have to take into consideration is that Lou continues to complain about headaches. He's always complaining. A matter of fact, I think he recently said that he had either a stroke or some blood vessels in his head. They popped, they broke open. So now you got to ask yourself a question. Okay, Lou is a young man. I mean, he's not that old, right? I mean, he's relatively young. People don't get strokes. They don't have headaches. They don't have blood vessels popping in their head at Lou's age. So you have to ask yourself, why is this happening? It's happening because when Tyrone and Jamal were in jail, okay, banging him in the culo, they grabbed this freaking guy's head and they banged it against the wall probably like 10 times. You understand me? His head was banged as well as his behind. Okay, so this is now, you see, you have to learn, we have to differentiate between joking and facts. Now, Lou jokes about my wife. He says that she looks like a man or she's a man. Okay, look, this is funny. Ha, 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 ha. The wigs, and he calls her wiggalicious. But this is the thing. Obviously, my wife is not a man. We can all joke. Look. Honestly, I even find some of the videos that he does funny about my wife, and I love my wife. Some of them are funny, but the thing is, they're jokes. He's joking. What happened to Lou is not a joke. Because again, if you don't believe me, look it up online. The guy got arrested for stealing $73,000 from senior citizens. He got time served from the judge who said he was severely abused in jail. So that now this is not a joke. Lou complains of headaches, strokes that he has, blood vessels breaking in his head. He's a young man. He's a young man. People do not have strokes and blood vessels breaking in their head. So you have to ask yourself, what caused this to happen? And I'm telling you that it's a very, very safe assumption that very large men, okay, used and abused Lou as a male toy. You understand? And God only knows. He talks about that I'm the most disgusting person on YouTube. God only knows what they did to you, Lou. I could only imagine. I think it has to do with cream, a lot of cream, a lot of chocolate pudding coming out, if you understand what I'm saying to you, and a lot of violence of banging your head against that wall, okay, to the point where you broke a lot of blood vessels. Lou is shot. Listen, Lou is... it's not that I wish the guy bad, because I don't wish nobody bad in this world. I don't wish, but the bottom line is Lou's health is shot because he was so abused by men sexually and violently that The guy is shot. It's over for him. His brain probably doesn't even work anymore. The guy, every prediction he makes is wrong. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. The guy said if we don't squeeze in the month of March, we're never going to squeeze at all. The only thing I know that's squeezing, Lou, is your friggin' behind and your head. Okay? So you can make fun of me all day, Lou, and you can make fun of my wife all day. But you know what, Lou? At the end of the day, I'm banging pussy, okay? And you, my friend, are getting banged by gigantic, huge, probably, in my opinion, black men, okay? And like, you know that dildo that you talked about with Trey? At least in Trey's case, it was a dildo. In your case, my friend, it was a cock.